There is no winner in the game of chair soccer. It was my first Sunday in Tulsa, and I sat alone in a congregation full of young single adult church members. And I, of course, was looking around, scouting out the chapel, and there were a lot of pretty girls. But there's one girl that when I spotted her, it was like no one else existed. I really wanted to talk to her, but I was super nervous. And so after church ended, I hung out close to where she was at, and she ended up approaching me. She introduced herself. And for the purpose of this story, we'll call her Not Sarah because her name's Not Sarah. And she started introducing me to people at church. And there's one person she introduced me to who I instantly decided was bad news. Caleb, to my surprise, was not a model, but he was training to be a pilot, which is somehow even worse. He definitely intimidated me, and I chickened out from asking Not Sarah out. But the next day was a church activity. So for the same reason why the church has a congregation for just young single adults, there's also activities throughout the week for these young people to get to know each other. And how the game of chair soccer is supposed to bring these guys and girls together is beyond me, but that's what everyone showed up to play. We were in the church gym, which is a mini indoor basketball court that has a stage. And chair soccer is a game where everyone has a chair. You get to set your chair up wherever you want in the gym. You are defending your chair. You're not sitting in the chair. You're standing in front of it, guarding it like it's your soccer goal. The point of the game is you're trying to hit other people's chairs with the soccer ball. If you hit their chair, they're out. They have to sit in their chair. They can't move from it, but they can now use their arms. And they can pick up the soccer ball and they can throw it at someone else's chair. If they hit someone else's chair, they get back in the game. That's a mouthful. And I wish those were all the rules. If you hit someone else's chair, not only do you get them out, but every person that person got out goes back in the game. It's a never-ending game. Not Sarah was playing, and so was Caleb. I'm not an athletic guy, but as soon as that game started, something primal inside of me woke up. I decided that I was going to win this unwinnable game, and I was going to do it for Not Sarah. And the way I was going to do it is I was going to hit every chair with the soccer ball so no one could get back in the game. But there was one flaw in that plan, and it was a certain pilot in training who was in much better shape than me. Still, I didn't cower. Wherever that ball was, I was right there. When Caleb had the ball, I didn't shy away from his sharp kicks. I was right there trying to defend my chair. I was right there trying to steal the ball from him. And this battle over the ball it became so intense because I was fighting for more than just that ball. And just as I was about to finally steal it from him, a hole in the ground. There wasn't an actual hole in the ground, but wherever my left foot stepped, it felt like it was stepping in a crater. Something wasn't right. I collapsed on someone else's chair. Everyone rushed over to help me. One girl was a nurse, and she reached for my foot, and I squirmed away because I didn't want the girl that I liked to see me let another girl touch my foot. The girl that I liked, I saw her walk to the kitchen, and Caleb explained to me that Sarah went to the kitchen to grab a cold water bottle for my foot. And this hinted to me that this guy I was competing with, he wasn't even interested in the girl that I thought we were fighting over because I knew that her name was Not Sarah. She got back with the cold water bottle. I thanked her. I limped off of the court to get out of people's way. Caleb walked right next to me to make sure I was okay and sat on the stage. He sat next to me to keep me company. And I learned that my injury wasn't the first in that gym. In fact, I had discovered how the game of chair soccer ends. I watched as everyone cleaned up the chairs and replaced them with taller ones. They were getting ready to play their other favorite game, stool hockey. And as I sat on that stage and watched Not Sarah defend her stool, I remembered the mission at hand. I thanked Caleb, and I limped over to Not Sarah. I waved. She's like, "Are you doing all right?" She walked off the court, started talking to me, and eventually I worked up the courage. I asked her out. And she said, "Well, I'm pretty busy. I work 45 hours a week." And I wanted to say, didn't you see how I just played that chair soccer game? How I gave everything I've got, that's a symbol for how I am at life. I'm a grinder. I'm a 46-hour-a-week guy. Well, she didn't say no. So I said, when are you available? We went on a couple dates, and I couldn't convince her that I was anything more than a 44-hour guy. So we're friends. I guess you could say it wasn't meant to be. Going back to the day after the chair soccer game, when I woke up, I couldn't walk. And after several hops and a nasty fall to the urgent care, I learned that I had tore my Achilles tendon. There is no winner in the game of chair soccer, but that week there certainly was a loser. Thank you.